Okay, we're live. Welcome to Visionary Compensation Training Plan with Andy Morbitzer, Master Distributor. Today I'm in Ohio, tomorrow I'm in Canada, and next week I go to Hong Kong to support some of the Asian groups that we have over there. So today, before we get started, what I typically don't do is log into a live account. Today I'm going to log into one of my accounts, not my top account because I would never do that, but I'm going to log into one of our accounts and I'm going to show you the money, how it flows, how to properly structure your business to maximize the comp plan. Now, with that said, because I am going to show a live back office, I need to put out a disclosure that this is for illustrative purposes only. Any of the numbers that you see are not an expectation. It is not the norm. This is one of my, Nicole and I spots. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We have 4 spots currently with Visionary, and I'll explain why we have 4 spots, and we will continue to bring on additional spots in the future. And so all the numbers that you see are not an expectation. These are my personal numbers in one position of 4 that I have within Visionary. This is not have anything to do with me being a master distributor, me being the president of Visionary. This is me and Nicole being affiliates. There is no anything other. Everything that you see from what we've mined to incomes that we've earned in this particular spot, we've done just as an affiliate from ground zero, just like everyone else. Now, just to give you a little bit of my history, since some of you may not know who I am and my background is Wall Street and finances and algorithms. I started in the Navy in nuclear propulsion. I have a hankering for numbers. I've written 2 comp plans in the MLM industry. I know how they work, I know how to leverage them, and I know how to make money. And with that said, because I have owned a precious metal financial product company before, which we lost our supplier, and we didn't have the margins to support the distribution arm, so we ended up closing it. But I'm also involved with other financial products in MLM, as well as Visionary. And just so you know, I would believe that right now I am the #1 earner in all of MLM on the planet when it comes to financial products. So I have a clue what I'm talking about. You can either adhere to my advice, my strategy, and how to leverage your business, or you don't. It's that simple. I can tell you what I know, tell you how to structure it to maximize this comp plan, because I see a lot of people out there that quite honestly aren't doing things properly. And so the worst thing you can possibly do. I was in a company years ago called Excel, which was a telecommunications company, and I learned my lesson. I lost several $1,000,000 because my business was improperly structured. And then, of course, Excel closed down. They sold us out to T-Mobile, and, well, that ended badly. But I learned a very important lesson there. Sometimes your upline is just as new as you. Sometimes they have not grasped the concept and the leverage of any particular comp plan. Ours is very easy in nature. It's a binary hybrid of a sort, and we'll get into all that. But to start with basics, and we're going to get into that right now. So I'm going to go back and forth, and I'll try my best to go slow, keep this as casual as possible. But for you to be successful, one of the things you need to conquer and master as you talk to other people, because people are motivated by money, you need to have a working understanding initially of the comp plan. And by all means, you must be properly structured, because if you're not, you could leave a lot of money on the table and learn a very, very expensive lesson like I did in Excel. I trusted my upline, who was brand new like I was. He said, do it this way, and I did, and found out 6 months later that was not the proper way to build the business. So here we go. Welcome. This is Andy, Visionary, and hopefully the recording's going well. We've got enough people here to get started. By the way, my cleaning lady kicked me out of my own house, so I'm out on the porch. If you hear a horn or two, or a bird chirping, or the flowers growing, or whatever it might be, no, it's because I'm sitting out on my porch, and I apologize if it's distracting at all. But I'm sure you all can hear me. So what you're probably seeing right now is the Visionary Comp Plan. And this is can be found at visionaryabc.com, and it's under commission plan. And as we get started, Visionary is an easy, straightforward commission plan for those who wish to build a network business with us. We basically offer a direct sales commission, a binary commission for building 2 teams, a matching commission for helping other build 2 teams. So what we're looking at right here is just the packages. And we'll start out with the very basic bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and Visionary. There's a cost associated with each that are in euros. These show the slots, the first week, and the max. So when you look at these numbers, these are representative of when you buy a bronze package, when you sponsor somebody, or if it's you and you're getting an additional spot, you would get 1 slot for the first week in which you purchase the mining package with Visionary. After that, you would get 2 additional slots that you could use that week, and they're not representative of 2 slots. They're representative of 100 units. Remember, 50 units equals 1 slot. 1 slot will allocate you a certain number of Capricoin for that mining week. So when you first get in, you're going to get 1 automatically that I will show you where that's at on mining. Silver, you get 4 upon your mining package purchase initially of the week of registration. Gold, you get 12. Platinum, you get 30. And Visionary package level, you get 100. So pretty easy. You get 1, you get the 100 points on this one. This one you would get, what, 50 times 8, so you get 400 points there. So these are in your back office, and I'll show you later on in the presentation where these points are, how that you turn them into slots, how you mine, and so forth. Mining units included. Oh, well, it's right there. So 100 is representative of the 2 that you get above and beyond the 1 of the first week, or the 4 of the first week. So 50 times 2 is 100. 8 times 50 is 600. That don't sound right. That isn't right. That should be, that might be an error. Shouldn't that be 400? 5 times 8. But nevertheless, so I might have found a glitch already. But nevertheless, that's what these numbers mean. You get your initial one on the first week, and then you have the ability to utilize those 100 units and do more mining slots anytime you want, or not. You could leave those units on your wholesale account and wait, because there is, and now this is something you need to understand, I get this question a lot, there is no rule that says you must mine to earn a commission in the distribution arm. And let me say that again, because when we first started, until I changed it, there was a rule that said if you didn't mine, then you weren't going to get paid. And we found out that that was in the gray area of legality, so by no means. We have no auto ship, no mandatory mining, no mandatory auto ship of any sort. We want you to do this on your own volition because you understand the principles behind 21st century insurance and acquiring Capricoin and having assets that aren't pegged to a dollar outside the country or so on. This is financial insurance. This is diversification. So we want willing and able people to build Visionary. We don't want to force somebody to do something to earn a paycheck, because typically in network marketing, somebody will come in, spend more than they make, and quit. And then it becomes attrition marketing and you wasted your time. But with that said, think of it this way. If we did force you, what better product to have than digital currency? Your own money, your own international savings account in digital form. I mean, instead of juice, piling up in the garage, now you're piling up cash or digital currency, alternative coins or alternative currencies on your online savings account. Remember, at the end of the day, what we have that nobody else has that trumps anything in MLM, our byproduct is money. You own, control, and maintain that money at all times. You can liquidate it at any time. There's other companies out there, red flag, if you can't liquidate your coins the very next day, it's a Ponzi scheme. guaranteed. So if you see that kind of nonsense, no, that's what it is. It's nonsense. Now, let's get started. Direct sales bonus, 10 euro, 30 euros. So what in essence is happening for every person that you personally sponsor? You are going to get, and let's just get started. Vizionary pays you a 100 euro bonus when you reach 5 steps. And we'll get into what a step is here. But before we get to that, these are the direct sales bonuses, 10%. So no matter what package level that you set or you sell, you're going to get 10%. So you get, or actually it's changed just a little bit. It's not exactly 10%. For bronze, you're going to get 10 euros. For silver, you're going to get 30 euros. For gold, you're going to get 90 euros. For, what's this package level? Visionary Platinum. So Platinum, you're going to get 200 euros. Visionary, you're going to get 600 euros. Now, matching bonuses. And this is one of the concepts that you really want to understand that I'll get into in just a little bit. First of all, I want to show you what do you need to get started. How do you place your people? And let's just go into, we'll start with this position. This is what you'll see when you log into any particular, your spot. You're going to see over. Now, I joined, and I'll show you later, that 21 November 14, I didn't even know about Visionary in November of 2014. I didn't even fly to Spain till, what was it, April of 2015. So that's not quite correct. My member type, elite, I got an elite package. My pin level in this spot is an executive associate that will show you what that means. Right now, my online account shows, I can't see it very well, $22,631. My trade account shows $22. My units that I have that I qualify for the bonus is 19,000. In this spot, all-time steps, we have stepped 1,103 times in this position. My left points and my right points. My left points, which is my power leg of this spot, I'm down 5,822,526 points. Remember, 500 points left and 500 points right earns you what we call a cycle. And that cycle right now in this spot is worth 60 euros. So every time I get 500 points on my right side, it deducts the 500 from this side and deducts this 500 from this side. So this is properly structured, and I'll show you how to do that and why you do what you do. But I wanted to get over this overview page. In this particular spot, we've mined 317,065 coins. Total slots, 3,098 slots. And it looks like the amount that I still have that I have not moved to an external wallet is, I can't see for the glare, 17,609. Now I'm going to explain what all those numbers are as we go through this. But as we get started, many times I hear people in Visionary say, well, I'm only getting 10 coins per slot, and it's less expensive for me to buy it on the external exchange. Here's why that is the worst possible way to think about Visionary. You know how much money I've spent on mining? You know what my Capricoin allocation through mining cost me? 0. Why? Because I built a damn business. I'm sharing it with others. I'm building the Visionary distribution arm. I'm sharing it with merchants and customers and other network marketers and other people that want a diversification, other people that want an additional income source. So when I hear these people say, oh, well, there's no value in Visionary. Excuse me? My coin allocation, because I do it through work equity and building the Visionary network throughout the world, my coin allocation has cost me $0. $0. Now, for those of you that don't understand that concept, that's fine. We also have an educational platform. and videos and trainings such as this that show you how to open a coin market account, how to buy Bitcoin, how to acquire Capricoin on the external exchange, how to earn free Capricoins through staking. That's totally passive. Remember, there's, I think, 9 ways that you can earn money in the distribution arm, and I think it's 5 ways that you can earn without sponsoring a single individual in Vizionary. That's what sets us apart. Those 2 things. At the end of the day, we can acquire a Capricoin for free. Our byproduct is money. We don't have rigorous sponsoring requirements. It only takes 2 people to be qualified, 2 mining packages sold to qualify for our binary option or a binary payout. That's it, 2. I mean, if you can't bring on 2 people, then you're not really serious about building a business. Flat out, that's the truth. I know it hurts, and I know that's tough love, but that's just the way it is. Now, why would somebody come into Vizionary that didn't want to build a business? And I'll tell you why. As we add additional products, some of those products will be of interest to them. Some of those products will save them money. They'll have a defined value and benefit to them, because saving money is the same way as earning money. You heard the old adage, a penny saved is a penny earned. Well, accelerate that. Understand that our educational platform is what's going to allow people, even if they come in at the minimum levels, bronze, silver, they are engaged. They have in our culture, and they will learn how to open up these external accounts to acquire or buy right off the external exchange. If there's a better value to buy it off the external exchange, then go do it. But like I said, I would rather use my commissions or use my work equity to acquire Capricoin than to use my own money out of my own savings account. That didn't make sense to me. I'm in a precious metal company, and I make up about 42% of that company worldwide. And I have never, ever bought 1 bar of gold with my own money. Ever. Not one. And I've been in for 6 years. Or 5, 6 years. Guys, take advantage of what these platforms do to you, for you. I kid you not, if I hear another person say that the value's in the external exchange and there's not enough coins allocated per slot, they don't get it. They do not get Vizionary whatsoever. And I'll show you, I'll prove it to you, right? And we're going to get into it today. Because either I'm not articulating it well enough, or the concept is so far-reaching and such an expansion of one's mind that they can't comprehend it. And I don't think that's the case. We have a lot of bright, articulate people in Vizionary already. I'm going to show you why it's better to probably have multiple spots as versus upgrading just 1 spot. It's about leverage. Now, basics. Let's start with basics. Now that I got my little rant out of the way, when we look at basics, the very first thing that you want to do when you get started is right here, getting started. And maybe it's even on this one right here. Hold on, let's see if I can get this one right here. Getting started. Vizionary pays you. Okay, we want to talk about structure first. We don't want to talk about steps. That's not the start. The start is, how do I set up my back office? How do I place members? How should I place members? How should I place my leaders? And we're going to get into that real quick. And it starts out with the whole concept of this. And you wouldn't think this would be the first thing that you want to look at, but trust me, it is. Let's see here. Where is hold on 1 second. This is the most important thing that you can learn about building your business. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 generation matching bonus, and why it's so imperative that you structure your business from day one the right way. Because we have mechanisms in the comp plan that if you don't adhere to them, you're going to leave money on the table, and you don't want to do that. Matter of fact, it just happened to a couple of people last week that didn't adhere to the rules. They didn't engage in the culture and learn the comp plan before they went on a sponsoring tear. So we hope to alleviate that. Now, when we get started, everybody has a team. You're going to have your personal team of the people that you've personally sponsored, the genealogy, that this, like, in all of network marketing, I don't think I've ever used this. To me, I mean, it's pretty and all. I mean, they all open up and expand, but and all these different people and how many people they sponsor. But to me, it doesn't do me a whole lot. It doesn't, I mean, it's great, but my mind doesn't think like that. I think more along the lines of, okay, how do I get back up out of here? This is the one that I use. My structure, I like to look at things. Now, here's the spot that we're all in question. Now, when you first come in, you're going to have a spot that is representative of one certain color. You know, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, or elite. This one happens to be elite. And when you look at these numbers, this shows left leg points, escrow, right leg points, escrow. And I'll tell you what that means. Let's say this is you. To the left side is my power leg. To the right side is my working leg. If I sponsor somebody in my power leg, I'm going to get a 10% matching bonus. If I sponsor somebody to the right in my working leg, I get a 5% matching bonus. We wanted to make it more lucrative for people to earn more money in the power leg through personal sponsoring, because here's where the rubber meets the road. There comes a point in time in your business where you say to yourself, oh my gosh, I've got all these points in my power leg. Let's say you got a position and somebody above you, you're in a power leg and you got 50 people below you. You've accumulated, well, let's take an example right here. In this spot, I've got 5,822,000 points to my left. And you know what? I still have to put somebody over there. And I'm not going to get paid to do that. I'll get paid a matching bonus from my power leg, but is that going to make me cycle immediately? No. What the biggest thing that I see people do when they just get started, they're in a power leg and they have people below them. And they put every single person that they have on the right-hand side. That is not the way that you want to build your business, because you will cap yourself and limit your income and maximizing that income. The proper way to structure your business, and we won't use this because, quite honestly, I don't care for this display. When you look at this worldwide spot right now, this is actually the left-hand side, this triangle, and then this spot down here, and I won't hover over it because I won't divulge other people's information and stuff, but this is actually the right side of your business. If you looked at this line right here and then this line over here, and it came off of this top spot right here, this username worldwide, you would actually have a left and a right. So let's just assume the spot that we're talking about is this red one here. You've got a left side and you got a right side, even though it's depicted here as this purple one down here as my right side. Just so you know, that's how it's laid out. I don't know why they changed it, but I'm sure there was a good reason. Here's how you properly structure your business. When you look at this spot right here, this red one that I have my mouse by, you want the very first thing you want to do is get binary qualified. And we know to get binary qualified, I won't go back to the comp plan, I'll just tell you. To be binary qualified, we took the industry minimums on what it would take to get paid in the binary. And that minimum is 200 CV left and 200 CV right. And let me let this school bus pass by, and we'll get started here again. Okay, I apologize for that. So you've got a left side and a right side. You got a power leg, you got a working leg. Even if you have people in your downline, that those points, remember, all points go to infinity and they accumulate, just like it has on this worldwide spot. I'm hoping that the right side of my business ever catches this, because I'll max the comp plan out in this spot. So let's assume we're back to the red one. The very first thing you want to do is put one silver member left and one silver member right. And what that does at silver package level or higher, now you are binary active. And you're binary active by doing so. Two personally sponsored. You got a left and a right. It's got a CV of 200, the silver package. Now, the key to this comp plan is really to get everybody to the gold level as soon as humanly possible. The key to this comp plan is getting two who get two. To get it up, get it going, to get momentum, to get leverage. But there'll come a point in time, guys, where for this example, let's take this spot right here. I don't know who the Rich Life is. I have no clue. But Rich Life has 6,208 units that have accumulated in this working in power leg. He has done absolutely nothing. He's not binary qualified, and at some point, those units or those points will go away 6 months after they were acquired. So he's on the clock. Why he's not engaged? He's sitting on a boatload of spillover, and he has not engaged. So what does that tell you? Even though people get spillover, will that get them to engage? Absolutely not. So many times leaders come to me and, oh, I want the power leg, I want the power leg, I want the power leg. I've got another business that I've got, I don't know, 150,000 affiliates in, and 50,000 of them are in the power leg, and they do nothing. So it's put the people in your business where you are structured properly. Don't let them bully you around and say, oh, I want the power leg, I want the power leg. Build your business properly. And the proper way to do it, as you first start out, you want to put 3 gold members to the left and 3 gold members to the right. Now, ultimately, you want to have your number 1 and your number 2 producer on opposite sides. You do not want to put them, especially initially, on the same side, because you don't know which side's going to be stronger. Your power leg might be your weak leg, and your working leg might be your dominant leg. You don't know. Just because it says power leg doesn't mean anything other than you get a 10% matching bonus and you get a 5% working leg bonus. But as far as making money, the number one way you're going to make money is by stepping, by getting 500 points to the left, 500 points to the right. You don't know who's going to engage in your business. You don't know who's going to knock it out of the park. Just because they say it's a builder doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to build. A lot of guys I know, they get in every upstart company that you can imagine on the planet. They just get a spot and sit and wait and see what kind of spillover they get, so that then they can take advantage of the company. Understand that we have provisions within Vizionary that you can't just sit like this guy right here. At some point, these points that he's accumulated go away. We're not going to reward people for non-participation. That is not in the best interest of Vizionary. There's also something called a 20% rule, where if you don't have 20%, for example, and I'll show exactly what I mean. Let's see here. If I went to, let's see, where would it be? I got to think sometimes, especially when I'm doing training. Okay, this is just a back office. This spot has this week 238,000 points left and 745. It's got 7,355 points right. Personal power leg points. This tells you how many of these points came from your personally sponsored in your power leg. 20% of this number must be through your personally sponsored. If not, you are capped on a weekly basis. It limits the payout. You will never get to $32,000 a week unless 20% of that value comes from your power leg. So in this particular case, of the 238,000 points this week, the guys that we sponsored in the personal power leg, are personally sponsored, have generated 184,265 in our power leg. That easily gives us the 20% that we need to maximize the comp plan. So when we back up, when we look at network structure again, very first thing you want to look at, put your strongest builder to your right, your second strongest to your left. I say put your strongest potential builder to your right, because that's what's going to make you cycle, especially if you're in a power leg and you have spillover. If you're starting from scratch and you're not getting any spillover, I didn't get any spillover. I started from ground zero. But to properly structure this, guys, you want, now here's what you need to understand. Generational bonuses. When we look at 1, 2, 3 generations, refer 1 gold or above associate in each leg, 2 and 3. So you would take, to qualify for generational matching bonuses, those people need to be at the gold level or higher for you to earn 10% in your power, 5% in your working. So when you go back to structure, what you want to do, very first rule, get binary active. You want to put your number 1 person to the right-hand side, your number 2 person to the left-hand side. Because remember, to maximize the comp plan, only 20% needs to come from this power leg, especially if you're getting spillover. But to qualify for generational bonus, you want to, as quickly as possible, I'm talking your first 30 days, you want to get your people in position and at the gold level, upgraded to gold as soon as possible, because now you're binary qualified. Now you're earning points on both sides. You're earning cycles. And now here's what you don't know. You're going to earn matching bonuses. Every time they make any money within Vizionary, you're going to earn a 5 or a 10% matching bonus. So think of the concept in the structure. Number 1, get binary active with 2 silvers or above to become binary active. If you happen to sponsor 2 golds or above, now you're going to earn a commission on the step value in the binary, plus you're going to be binary active. And now, for guess what? For the first time, because you have that 1 gold here, you're going to earn matching bonuses. Now let's take a look at what does matching bonus look like. I forgot, I got to scroll this up here. So matching bonuses. When we go into your back office, you look at your earnings account. And this earnings account, think of it this way. This will show you last week, after the 30% was out, this spot made $1,595. And then you look at, okay, every single one of these entries that you see on this page is a matching bonus. Understand, in the long term, these matching bonuses are significant. These are, I mean, and I got page after page of them. You can see March 7th, March 7th, March 7th, 172, 193, 350, 11, 30. These are all matching bonuses I've made off of people that are within 5 generations of my personally sponsored individual. Matching bonus, guys, is no joke. It's a passive income, and it really rewards people that go out there and share the Vizionary concept and the business opportunity. So when you structure things, now let's take another scenario. Let's take this guy right here that is I don't know, what color is that? Heck on it, I don't know all the colors. Let's see here. This guy's a bronze member. He came in at the he barely came in. He's not binary active because he sponsored absolutely nobody. He hasn't gotten any generational bonuses because he's not sponsored anybody at the gold level or above. This guy totally wasted our time. I don't know who he is, don't care. He's sitting on a gold mine, literally a gold mine of cryptocurrency, and he probably hadn't even logged into his back office. That just kills me. But nevertheless, what you need to understand is, let's take this guy, and let's say he was a gold member, this bronze guy right here. Let's say this was a gold position, and you're saying to yourself, okay, you're in, you've had some success, you've sponsored, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people. You've built on the and remember, these generational bonuses only apply to the outside leg. Never, ever personally sponsor somebody on the inside leg. If you're going to sponsor somebody on the inside leg, you do not get matching bonus. You do not get the generational bonus. It does not. You'd be better off giving sponsorship away to this fella. At least you'd be a second generation matching bonus. Because remember, generational bonuses are for personally sponsored on the outside legs. Why is that? Because it creates momentum, it creates excitement. In essence, you're helping people build one half of their business with volume. If that's not an inducement for them to engage, then I don't know what is. Obviously, it was not an inducement for this guy because he hasn't done anything. I don't even know who his sponsors, but nevertheless, here's a concept you need to understand. Let's assume this is a gold member right here, and he wants to upgrade to the Visionary pack or the Elite pack. He's at this spot right here. He's at gold, and he wants to upgrade to Platinum or Visionary or Elite. I think this one's 3,000, this one's 6,000, this one's 12,000. I would never do that. Yes, you get more mining slots. Yes, you get a slightly better value because the cost of acquiring Capricoins would be reduced a bit because you're getting a better value at a higher package level. But here's where the trump comes in. Here's where I believe this trumps everything, especially long term. Instead of upgrading from gold to platinum, which is approximately $2,000, if it was me, I'd get 2 more gold spots. And here's why. Nothing in the terms and conditions say you can only have 1 spot. You can have as many spots as you want. So instead of upgrading this spot from gold to the platinum, which is approximately, what would it be, 2,000 euro, I would get a second spot and I'd pluck them down on this leg. And depending upon how you're balanced, and in this particular case, if I was this guy, because I know I need to get binary qualified, I would sponsor myself a position. Hold on, I messed up. Touchy computer. I would, instead of upgrading this from gold to platinum, I would drop a gold to the left and drop a gold to the right. Now, what did you just do? Gold is worth 500 points, or 600 points, I'm sorry. You would cycle, you would earn, what is it? I don't remember if it's 40 or 50 euros to 80 euros for that cycle. You would also get a 10% or approximately 10% direct sponsorship bonus for that gold, and you get 10% for that gold. So that 2,000 of just upgrading that gets you slightly lower acquisition. But when you take into effect that now you got a direct commission for sponsoring yourself a gold here and sponsoring yourself a gold here, and you earned another 40 to 80 euros in a cycle, now you made 80, 80, and let's say 50. So you just made another 210 euros. But more importantly than the money, guess what now? Now you're binary active. Now you're getting a generational bonus on yourself. See the leverage here? Now, if it was me, generational bonuses 1 through 3 are dictated upon personal sponsorship. Generational 4 and 5 are based on volume of your team. So once in this position, I had sponsored 3 people, and we already just sponsored 1 apiece, 1 left, 1 right. I would sponsor out of this spot, let's see here, 1 more person. So I would complete the maximum generational bonus for this spot. Then what you do is assess your business. Which side has more points? So the next people that you drop in, you're going to use this spot and sponsor minimum 2 silvers to get binary active. So now what have you done? And we all know that everybody at some point you want to get them to gold as fast as possible. So this has now become your gold spot. Now you're leveraged. Now all the points that come through this spot affects this spot and that spot. So by bringing assets in here, you might pay yourself in this spot and that spot. Now think of it. Now your top spot is getting a generational bonus on your own spot, plus the 2 spots that this guy brought in. Now, at some point, just like we're doing, like I said, we've got 4 spots. When I bring on a new spot, or Nicole and I bring on a new spot, very first thing, we sponsor to get binary active. We've got to monetize the spot. That's your first priority. If you can't get 2 people, then maybe, work from home opportunity might not be for you. My nephew that's 13 could get 2 people. If you can't get 2 people, then you're not trying. Now, it's okay, like I said before, if you don't want to build residual income through the distribution arm of Vizionary and you just want to utilize our education, engage in our culture, and learn how to be a investor on the external exchange and buy Capricoin there, you can do that. We don't sell Capricoin. We sell mining time. We sell education that allows you and gives you the knowledge to be confident that what you're doing on an external exchange, how to get in and out of CoinMarketCap, buy Bittrex, buy Capricoin, is sound. But if you're serious about building a binary in Vizionary, these are the concepts that understand. The faster you come in and you take massive action, the first 90 days is critical, because here's what typically happens. The people that you sponsor, you want them as high up in your organization as humanly possible, as fast as possible. Why? Because you're just starting your business. Because points and volume flows to infinity. The more likelihood and they're more apt to engage in Vizionary and build your team and assist you in your efforts as you assist them. You want them as close to you as humanly possible because you want them to engage. You want them to earn money, because the more money they earn, the more money you earn in matching bonuses. The higher up they are in your structure, the more likelihood they're going to earn money. So take this guy, for example. Let's say he engages now because he waited. He wants to wait until, there's more coins mined per slot. Not only is he losing his points as they expire, I don't know when this guy got in, I can't tell. I'd have to go into admin and go see, but this guy right here is totally missing $1 million payday, because now these points are starting to expire. They expire in 180 days, 6 months. Like I said, we don't reward people for non-participation. We will not allow somebody to just sit on the spot, accumulate millions and tens of millions of points, and then, oh, okay, I guess it's big enough for me to now engage. And then they come over here, put all their people in there. That's not fair and equitable to you. That's not fair and equitable to me. That's not fair and equitable to the company. That puts us at great danger. That's why the 20% rule is why it is. Now, let's look at another way. This guy who waited, he's got MLM, I mean by the tail. But for him to be binary active, guess what he has to do? He has to go all the way down this line. And I'm going to bet you there's thousands of people in this leg. And guess what? He's going to have to put his personally sponsored individual at the bottom of that leg. None of his people that he put in are going to benefit from the approximately 6 million points that he was able to be a part of. So he did a disservice to the people he brought in by waiting. He left millions of dollars on the table by waiting. He missed out on generational bonuses by waiting. He missed out on helping others be profitable and successful by waiting. Eric Worre did a webinar, and for those of you that don't know him, he's the motivational type guy and does things. He told a story once that MLM's about, you've heard the story about the rabbit and the hare, or the turtle. And that, slow and steady wins the race. And he goes on to say that's exactly the opposite of what you want to do. Now, as you come in, there is no better time, and there is no other time in your MLM career or history or involvement with Vizionary than when you first start. I'd rather be blind on fire than knowledgeable and slow like the turtle. Because slow like the turtle, attrition eats you up. You don't get any momentum. You don't get any excitement. You don't get the blood flowing. When you come in, don't be the expert. Be an expert appointment setter. Get somebody like me or Patrick or Caleb or Scott or Jesper or any of the leaders around the world that will help you with find your 3-point or your three-way conversation guy that's been in for 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 months, that can handle people on the phone, that can get in and out of a conversation, motivate somebody and close somebody. If you try to learn it yourself, you're going to be the turtle. There's webinars weekly, multiple, internationally. Everything that you could possibly want to know about websites is there. Be a good inviter. Get people on webinars. Get people on 3-way calls. Quit dying and being paralyzed by, or what is it, paralysis by analysis? Because if you do, you're missing the boat. People that are successful in network marketing come out of the gate with their hair on fire. They don't know nothing about anything, and they shouldn't have to. It's about timing. It's about opportunity. It's about momentum. It's not understanding nodes in algorithms of the X11 technology that we use to mine cryptocurrency. You don't need to know all that stuff. You need to really know 3 things. You got to have a good relationship with your referrer. You need to find as fast as you possibly can somebody where the webinars are being held. You don't need to even send them to informational websites. Be a professional inviter. Quit trying to be the expert. Most of the guys, and I'm not tooting my own horn, most of the guys that are very successful in Vizionary, they 3-way call me to death when they started. They don't do it so much now because, they're competent. They know what they're doing. Now they're the centers of 3-way calls. Thank God, because I was burnt out. You will hit a wall at some point, lose interest. If you're the turtle, you're never going to get there. So when you start out, very first thing you want to do, get binary active, start making some money, monetize that spot. Get these two people on a phone call on a webinar. Once they watch the webinar, you call them up, you say, what do you like best about what you just saw? They're going to tell you. Say, okay, hold on one second. I got somebody that's been in a long time, very knowledgeable. He'll help us in our pursuit. Get them on the phone. So many people fail at this business because they do not do three-way calling. Number one reason people fail. Well, second reason. Number one reason, people lazy. I'm not going to lie. They're just flat out lazy. They think they're going to get a spot in an MLM company and become a millionaire. Never happens. 97% of the people fail. I knew that when I built this. When I came to Vizionary, like 6 months after it kind of did all its testing and beta, I came in late myself. Very first thing I did was to analyze the comp plan. Changed everything. They hated me. But that's okay. I can document my success. I can document what motivates people, and I can document what puts people in profitability, which equates to retention. Find two people. Have them watch a webinar. Utilize the three-way calling. Anywhere in the world, we have Skype, we've got technology, we've got leaders everywhere in every country in the world. We're growing at 200 people a day. If you're not excited when you first start, you'll never be excited. You got to run on that adrenaline, guys. Run on the adrenaline till you can't do it anymore. And then when you can't do it anymore for 30 days or 45 days, stop. Collect your thoughts. Help your team members get to other team members. Take a break. When you recharge your batteries, you're ready to go again, go on a sponsoring nightmare again. Don't let fear dictate your future and your success, because that's what it is, fear. Somebody once told me in Special Forces, in the military, 30 years ago, fear will kill you. Guys, you're going to get burnout. Tackle this like the hare. Come out of the gate with your head on fire. It will put you in the best possible position to be successful. Dedicate some time in your day or whatever you're going to do where you do nothing but sponsor, especially your first 60 days. If you don't, odds are you're going to have trouble. Thank God Vizionary has made it minimal requirements for sponsoring to earn money. Thank God there's 4 or 5 different ways that you can earn money within Vizionary and never build a business. Thank God there's minimum requirements to be binary active. When I came in and tweaked this comp plan or overhauled this comp plan, I knew that people couldn't build a business. That's why it's so easy. I don't want barriers to your success. I don't want barriers to your profitability. I know if I get people into profitability, that equates to retention. The retention rate in Vizionary is off the chart. Why? Because there's easy qualifying requirements. Why? Because you can earn 4 or 5 different ways without sponsoring. Why? Because there's minimum sponsoring requirements. Why? Because you own, maintain, and control, ultimately, Capricoin. You're not storing up a bunch of juice that you wouldn't use otherwise. This is money. This is the real world. This is an insurance. Okay, enough of that rant. Let me check time. Boy, I've been almost an hour. I haven't even gotten to, I'm going to have to do a lot more of these comp plan trainings because I didn't even get to really anything. But I wanted you at least to get the understanding of how to properly build your business. And I'll go through it briefly just one more time. When you come in, and let's assume this is you, ideally what makes this whole comp plan very profitable and gets the boat a-rocking is get everybody as fast as you can at the gold level, because then that starts really, it qualifies you for binary commissions. It qualifies you for generational bonuses. It also earns you commissions for direct sponsoring and step value because you'll have 500 points right, 500 points left. Now, I know we didn't get to all of the things, but I guess I'll do this over the next 4 weeks. I'll start breaking down, okay, we've got the basics down. We've got structure down. We properly structure our business so we don't leave any money on the table, or a rule of Vizionary, the 20% rule, doesn't come back and bite us later on. Now, always be cognizant of the fact that as you build your business, you'll always be assessing your business, always looking for opportunities to possibly get additional spots, to leverage yourself. Remember, when you leverage yourself instead of upgrading a position, let's say you sponsor yourself with 2 more, you're earning commissions, you're leveraging your volume as it flows up. Now all assets and resources that you bring in here, or any of your team brings in here, is going to affect one profit center and a second profit center. Hopefully it makes earns a commission in both spots, but at the very least it's at least building half of 2 spots versus only affecting 1. If you look at this in the long haul, it's quite possible over the years that some of you, many of you, will have multiple spots, 5, 10, 15, 20 spots. I sure plan on it. My first spot's almost capped out now. What am I going to do? Stop? And I'm at a huge disadvantage. I'll be quite honest with you. When I came in, there was a lot to digest, and I wasn't that person that could just come in and have somebody on a 3-way call because there wasn't anybody. I couldn't call anybody to understand the comp plan because there wasn't anybody. I came in with Jesper, and I became that guy. We changed the wholesale platform. We changed the comp plan. We made videos. We did training. I have slacked a lot in sponsoring. And here we are 6 months later where I feel confident with what we have, where it's at. Now, guess what I'm going to go back and do? I'm going to go back and sponsor. Because I didn't have the luxury of no responsibility. I had to learn it intimately before I could just, there was nobody for me to 3-way call. I mean, there was, but I don't think he speaks English. Broken English at best. So when I flew to Spain and I spent that time there, Jesper, who's my sponsor, who's above me, we had a lot to digest, and Jesper works a full-time job, so guess who got stuck learning all this intimately? And thank God I had experience in writing 2 comp plans and structuring comp plans, or I'd have been in way over my head because, quite honestly, cryptocurrency was somewhat new to me. I had a working idea of what it was, but I had no clue what was going on. So fast forward here today, now we're working on the marketing systems. Now we're going to start providing the tools, the mobile applications to facilitate the movement of money. There's no better time than now because all the hard work's already been done. To me, the easy stuff is sharing it. And I'm going to go on a sponsoring nightmare. I'm going to go sponsor thousands of people. Just hold on, because I am. I haven't even hit my phone yet. I brought in some personal friends into this, and it's grown to, I don't know, 10 or 15,000 people already. And I really haven't even sponsored. But when I do get into the sponsor mode, when we do open up the marketing platform that will be corporately approved, that everybody that will have access to it is, I will keep it at a cost that is very inexpensive. Initially, until we implement it, it might not have commissionable value or cash back, but we're working on that behind the scenes right now. This marketing company has already came out and said they're going to accept Capricoin. Again, another merchant that's already committed to the vision of Capricoin, that understands the movement of money has a drastic upward effect on the value of the external exchange. Guys, we haven't even begun. We're 10 or 15,000 strong affiliates. We've got momentum. We've got people in profitability. The apps are almost done. We're going to bring on the merchant app. We're going to bring on the marketing. We're going to start bringing on other products. Hell, Bitcoin wasn't even close to that. They didn't even hit $1 for 2.5 years. Guys, this thing's going to blow up and blow up in a big hurry. And if you're not properly positioned, If you're not excited about this, then I don't know. I can't possibly think of any other platform on this planet that even comes close to what Vizionary does as an income opportunity, as a way to diversify, to have assets abroad, not pegged to the dollar, to ensure your financial nest egg. These are all things you should be doing anyway. It doesn't get any better than this. So that's my hour of rant today. It's exactly 1 hour, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will start doing less ranting, or maybe I'll bring somebody else on to train the nuts and bolts, black and white of the comp plan. Because I'll be honest, where I struggle, there's so much in my head that I try to get out on every possible little thing that I want you to be cognizant of and understand. And I go off on my tangents. And I know I do. And it's hard for me because I get excited. To me, I can't think of anything else in the world or any other place I'd rather be than with Vizionary, building, securing, and ensuring my future than Vizionary. This is going to be a community and an ecosystem of lifelong friends, of people that have the same. It all comes down to we the people. We as friends, we as a community working together. I don't care if it's upline, downline, sideline. It does not matter. Mining, external buyers of Capricoin, merchants, customers, merchants that come on and accept Capricoin, marketing systems that are going to accept Capricoin, additional products, communities that will build that accept nothing but Capricoin. Nobody in the world's ever done this. If this isn't exciting, then I don't know what is. I don't know what to tell you, but I can tell you this. It's an $80 trillion industry, and if we can go get a little piece of it, it's more money than any of you've ever made in your entire life. That's exactly where I plan to be. And I'm willing to help anybody and anyone that's willing to do it with me. Don't think right now, guys, you have to know all this. I don't expect you to. I didn't. I mean, it took me a couple hours to figure it out. That's a joke. I hope you're laughing at home. But, guys, the basics. Figure out where to send people to watch an overview video. Once they watch the overview video, find your guy. Find your guy that has a little bit of tenure, a little bit of experience, that has a little bit of moxie, a little bit of game, that's not afraid of the phone. Quit being the messenger. Be the inviter, and you'll be much more successful. With that said, this is Sandy Morbitzer signing off on this Tuesday for Vizionary, and we're going to start doing these calls every Tuesday because we got a lot of training to do. So hopefully this helps out a lot of you folks. Thanks for being on with me today. Hope you had fun. And from there, have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.